Hey guys, back with another Dokkan video here. We have a pretty surprise announcement here over on the official Dokkan Twitter account. We're getting TEQ Hits EZA. Actually, a lot of people said that they thought this was going to be the case, but we have official confirmation this is here now. So here's the Twitter account, here's my translation, so we're just going to quickly go through what he does, and then I'll sort of break down my thoughts on him, you know, and we'll look through his links and stuff like that. So here he is, leader skill. So this is the... this is like, you know, you have Int UI Goku who got his EZA already. Did any other category Dokkan Fest get their EZA? I don't believe so. I think he might have been the only one so far. But yeah, now we're seeing a better look at what we're gonna start to see from these category leader skills when they get their EZA, or category leader skill Dokkan Fest seems like the EZAs, right? So leader skills, Universe 6 category key +4, HP attack and defense +170%, and Universe Survival Saga category key +3, HP attack and defense +160%. So it looks like for a lot of these category leaders, if you already have a 170% leader skill across the board, they're going to just increase your key by 1. And then they're going to increase the secondary portion as well. So that's something interesting to note there. The passive skill is attack and defense +20% per Universe 6 category ally attacking in the same turn. And if all allies attacking in the same turn are in the Universe 6 category, gain a medium chance to stun all enemies. So that kind of reminds me of STR Jiren, his ability back in the day. It doesn't say, let me just double check that this is correct, it doesn't say except for himself. So I assume that that Universe 6 category portion of that passive, like the first part of that, actually includes himself, because generally when units have that sort of ability, it typically says, you know, excluding self in there. So this one doesn't say that, so I assume that this is actually going to include himself in there. So he's going to be getting an extra 60% attack and defense at start of turn, assuming that you have a full Universe 6 category lineup on your rotation there. Yeah, so he gets a medium chance to stun if all allies in the same turn are Universe 6 category. Then he gets an additional attack and defense plus 160% when performing a super attack, which is really nice. I mean, the biggest complaint that people had about this unit before going into this EZA was the fact that he has like no defense. So the fact that he now gains 160% defense on super attack, on top of the fact that he's getting that start of turn effect depending on Universe 6 category allies, I think is actually really, really important. So then he gets that. He gains an additional attack plus 80% and attacks effective against all types when attacking an enemy who's in the stunned status. And the attacked enemy's attack minus 20% and defense minus 80% for 2 turns with a high chance to stun for 1 turn. So overall, I think they did a pretty good job with the passive part. Super attack effect is raises defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to enemy with a medium chance to stun. So yeah, they definitely wanted to slip in that extra defense raise to the super attack effect, because I think the main complaint again was that he didn't have that much defense prior to his EZA. But I think, honestly, with the way that things are shaping up for this guy, he seems like he'll be pretty good. There's a lot of support units that you can throw on with this guy to make him a lot better, too. Because, remember, the on-super attack effects that you're gaining from the passive with the extra attack and defense boosts, they do get augmented more so with support units. So we will see how that turns out for him. I just want to quickly show also over on the wiki, they don't yet have here the actual stats for TEQ Hits EZA, so I went ahead and calculated them myself. But there's actually a pretty helpful post over on the Reddit that tells you how to do this. It tells you the exact numbers to use. So basically the way you do this is you take the max level stat, and then you subtract the level 1 stat from that, and then you multiply that number by 0.4839. For whatever reason, that's whatever number they use. I don't know why they chose that, but that's what they use. It's a consistent number they use across all these calculations. And then you add that number to the max number. So for example, we have TEQ Hits max HP is 13,360. His base HP is 4,408. Subtract those 2 numbers and have the calculations done on this notepad. Let me actually just zoom in so you can see it. So you actually end up getting 4,332, and then you add that to the 13,000 number, and then you get 17,692, but that's without hidden potential. So if we do that for all HP, attack, and defense, we end up getting 17,692, 14,826, and 5,672 for HP attack and defense respectively. But when you add in the rainbow hidden potential numbers to those, he's going to end up with 22,292 HP, which is quite a bit for a TUR. His attack is going to be 20,226, and his defense is going to be 10,672. So still, defense is going to be, for sure, on the lower end of things, right? We're seeing You know, Dokkan Fest TURs with defense numbers in like the 11, 12, some even above 13,000 range. But it's hack over 20,000 for this hit. Like, that's going to be ridiculous considering he's getting all the different types of buffs from his passive. So I definitely expect this hit to be eclipsing 5-6 million damage. In some cases, like if the enemy is stunned, I could easily see this guy eclipsing 7 million attack stats. But that's really only something you're going to be able to see in events like Super Battle Road. So still going to be pretty interesting to see how well this guy does defensively, because even though like it seems like he's going to be getting a lot more defensive buffs from his passive, his defensive stat, because the base value is so low on there, I don't know if you're going to be seeing like, you know, oh, he's over 270k defense. Like, I don't think you're going to be seeing situations like that too often for this hit. Maybe I'm wrong, but just based off of the raw base stat that he's going to have with the, you know, what did I say it was? It was 10,672 at the rainbow level. Like, that's rainbowed. So, yeah, I'm a little bit skeptical about his defense. I mean, he's getting the extra booster from his super attack effect as well, so maybe that can come into play and help him out as well. But in terms of his links, let me just take a quick look. I think they do a better job over here. So he's experienced fighters. It's just an attack link. Cold Judgment is a link that I think it's super, super important for him to activate, just because it's going to help his defense even more, which is where his shortcoming lies the most. Infighter is attack. Shocking Speed is key and defense. That's important. Tournament of Power is key and attack and defense. So, I mean, Tournament of Power is a link that like you're just going to be activating pretty much every single time on this guy for free. Just like a super easy link to activate. Warriors of Universe 6 is also another super easy link to activate. Granted, you're running a full Universe 6 team, which this guy really wants to do anyway, so it's fine. And then obviously Fierce Battle is an attack link. So, I mean, to me, as long as you're activating Cold Judgment and Tournament of Power, that's going to be, what, 32% defense from those two links alone. I think as long as you're activating those two links, like, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. Let me just quickly check these, like, the linking partners here. This is a good website to use, by the way, if you're interested in seeing who like the best linking partners are for these characters. This website, Dragon what is this called? I just have a link put down as BLP, best linking partner. If you type in best linking partner, this is the website over here. It'll come up for you, but it's a very, very good website here. So looks like I want to filter by Universe 6 because you really only want to use him on that team here. So let's see. So yeah, the thing with this website though is that they don't have JP only units. So, like, I can't see like the new Dokkan Fest Kale and Caulifla on here, but for instance, like LR Kale and Caulifla, Fierce Battle, Warriors of Universe 6, Tournament of Power. We have TEQ Caulifla, who you're probably going to be using a lot with this hit in like the God event and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty much the same ones. Fierce Battle, Warriors of Universe 6, Tournament of Power. Same thing with her. STR. Kefla has like the same links as well. So does Vados. Oh, Vados has Cold Judgment actually. Okay. That's interesting, because the only thing with Vados is she doesn't have Tournament of Power as the link, but she does have Cold Judgment. Okay, yeah, so Vados actually is a pretty good character to use with this hit, I think. I mean, she's only giving him one buff from her passive, Universe 6, because that's the category. He's not in Realm of Gods, he's not in Siblings Bond, or he's not in Bond of Master and Disciple. But she is going to be Rainbow Orb changing. She's going to be giving the 20% attack and defense with the Universe 6 there. And she's going to be sharing Cold Judgment. I think, yeah, Vados is a solid unit to use with him. Let me uncheck Universe 6 here. If you want to run this hit on like a team that's more so based around just the Universe Survival Saga part of his leader skill, because that is still a really, really powerful part of his leader skill. I mean, you're giving 3 key and then 160 across the board to that category. That's insanely powerful. You can run this guy with TEQ Jiren. TEQ Jiren has Infighter, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, and Tournament of Power with him. I mean, the STR Jiren does have Cold Judgment, but I don't really know how often you're going to be running STR Jiren in typical content. The only thing about running STR Jiren, if you want to do that as well, is that TEQ Hit is not going to have his chance to stun all the enemies, because you need to have a full Universe 6 lineup. So it would be kind of interesting if they actually didn't have that restriction, because then you could run STR Jiren next to TEQ Hit, and then you could have 2 chances to two medium chances to stun the entire enemy team. That would be pretty insane. Let's see. AGL PyCon, actually. AGL PyCon, Cold Judgment, and Shocking Speed. Okay, that's a pretty good lineup there. So, I mean, there are some units like in the game that actually would be able to link up pretty well with him. Again, I think the 2 most important links are Cold Judgment and Tournament of Power, but, you know, Experienced Fighters is not that bad of a link to try and link up with him. Shocking Speed is not that uncommon of a link. And then again, as long as you're running him on the Universe 16, you'll be able to get Warriors of Universe 6 and Fierce Battle and stuff like that active. So let me know down below what you guys think of this tech hit EZA. Do you think he's good enough? Do you think maybe they could have made him a little better? Are you surprised that they're even giving him an EZA at all? I saw a lot of people talking about this potentially coming, but now we have confirmation that it is. So again, let me know down below what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.